Well, another Saturday afternoon. I've done another time lapse. I don't know if you've watched it. Maybe worthwhile, maybe not. But I'll show you where we are up to now. Just turn the camera around. So you'll remember that we cut this section out here, welded a new piece in, had to do this end panel, put this in. A little patch in here had an issue. Well, it was just when I cut it, it didn't quite work, so I've put a patch in there. I've now cut out a section here, because when I put this, that I've put in, I'll show you this. So this is a plate that I've made to go underneath. So it's drops down to the inner sill here, then down for a vertical bit, then up to the floor across. This is a bit that goes forwards. I'll show you underneath in a minute, and then this wraps round and goes up the side, because when we took all this out, obviously we've got a lot to do. So this plate fits. Let me see if I can do it whilst, oh, got a magnet stuck to it. Get off. There we are. So this goes here. Honestly, this goes here like this. So that fits there, so it's round to the sill, and then we've got this bit at the front, and then it wraps round so I can weld that. And I've put a series of holes here because we'll then weld through to this strengthening piece along here. I've also got to work out where the jacking point goes, because that is a plate which goes across in between here and welds to this bottom plate. So this I've just made out of 1.2 mil zinc plated. I cannot think what it's called, but you can weld through it. It's great. So that should last for 20 years easily, and I've just bent it using a little hand bender and then drilled a series of holes so I can spot weld through, and then we'll go round it. So I'm quite pleased with that, really. It's really coming on today, and I'll be welding that plate in tomorrow. What else is there to tell you? Nothing much, I don't think. Today it's been one of fabrication today, and drilling, cutting, a little bit more welding. I just finished off some of this around here, and that little plate in the end there, yeah, I think that's basically it. I'm really pleased how it's coming along. So we shall get the floor on, and I've taken the end out here so that once this is in, I can then get inside to paint it and prevent any rusting in future, hopefully. So that's the plan with that, and then I'll make a new end panel to go over there, which will come down and then fold round, so at this level here. So that will tie everything together. So there you are, that's today's update, and yeah, a lot of lying on the ground, and a lot of grinding and cutting and folding, and of course the usual thing when you're making something like this, for those with a little brain like myself, that when you're working out which way you're going to bend it, and it's upside down and back to front, inevitably I made the second and third folds the wrong way, so then had to rebend it, well, big hammer on a decent steel block, and then bend it the other way. But I'm pleased with how it's come out now, and I cut this out with a nibbler. I quite often use just a slitting disc, but I wanted a slightly different finish, and it's not very controllable, where with the nibbler you can just, push in straight lines, and it absolutely works. So we'll put that in tomorrow morning, and well, at least tack it in and check that everything's okay, and have another update then. Thanks for watching.